So in my last few videos, I talked about staying out of fear to continue your awakening process. At the same time, I've talked about some things that are coming that are, potentially kind of frightening. So it's like, oh, you're speaking on fear, however, telling people to stay out of fear. Well, the way that we can stay out of fear is not just by like hiding away from the world and not knowing what's going to come and just, ignoring everything so that you can be fearless, because that's not going to do anything for you in the long run, right? So we're talking about being consistently out of fear. So if you can see things coming and you look and you're conscientious to the tasks that will mitigate the issues in the potential issues of the future, then that's how you can maintain your fearless attitude. And there is crazy things happen, like thousands of cows just died all at once from a heat, like just flipped upside down, dead at once. All these ginormous food production facilities and shipping facilities burning down. There's, supply chains coming apart, and all of these things, gas prices going through the roof, chemical that mixes with diesel is becoming in demand, so it'll be harder for us to have truck. All this stuff that's coming out, it's like, what of it is actually real, Because I believe that a lot of stuff is just fear tactic, So however, there is people talking directly to farmers that I've been watching and following, and there is some issues coming. And it always, for us to really start noticing, sometimes it's the year or even 2 seasons later by the time we're like, holy shit. I worked in an organic food store, and I looked at all the dates of when harvest was, and they were always like a year or 2 earlier, at least. So it's kind of like when we're it dwindles slowly, right? So we just want to know that these things can happen. So I think that people should have extra food. And if it's non-perishable, then it's a good idea anyways. You can buy organic, non-perishable bulk, and you'll be getting it cheaper than non-organic food if you're buying it, every other week. So you're saving money anyways. It's a bit of an investment, but you're also investing in that ability to be fearless, or mitigate as much fear as possible, because obviously there's no way to be completely fearless. So, but this is good things. Like, they're the only way that sounds crazy, but when you see the eagle getting as deep as it is getting now, especially like when you look at gas prices and stuff like that, and when it has nothing to do with supply and demand, that there's something going on, some things that are changing. And when people know they're going down, they try to run out the door and grab as many things as they can on the way out the door. And right now I see there's a huge change in hands happening, in power. There's going to be evil that tries to fill that vacuum, so we have to be very conscious of who's coming in to save the day, because he could be the Antichrist. However, we are seeing a change in hands, and it has, as far as I'm concerned, as you can see, the way the world is going, what just happened the last few years, we have had satanic forces mostly ruling this world. So this is a positive thing. We just have to be involved now. We can't be just laid back. It's obvious now that laying back is, we're part of the reason this happened. When I stopped talking because nobody wanted to hear what I was saying, nobody wants to hear about the corruption in the world, nobody wants to hear about the fall into Babylon, all this stuff like that, nobody wants to hear my songs about these things, So I stopped speaking. And then this happened. I'm like, I made a mistake. I should have stuck to that voice that was trying to awaken people. what could I have done if I had used my voice? And now I look back and I see that and I go, this time I'm speaking up. And I'm going to speak about many things because I think that's what we need to do. We need to speak to keep our closet clean, the collective closet that we share together. We need to speak on the issues we're going through and how we want to go forward. But I see the battle being won. Like it's gonna take some time, right? It's not gonna just all fall at once. It's not like boom, the world's gonna change. But I'm seeing the change happening, and one little battle at a time. But we are gaining ground, and we're definitely not on the losing team this time around. And please don't be the passive, peaceful person right now. Don't be a PPP. Be an Archangel Michael. Go out and cut through the irrational, illogical untruths, the satanic things that you know are backed by evil and destruction. Get involved. You are more powerful than you think. Much love.